In this video, I'm just going to show you a little bit of experimentation with your ceilings. You don't need to do any of these. Um, if you want to practice and play with different ceiling types, what I recommend you do is just do a save as version of your file. So I've changed mine to ceiling experiments, and that way all the work I've done up to this point will stay in the Module 2 version. But if you want to play with some ceilings here, you can. Just to start out, I wanted to show you a couple of things. I want to show you how to do a drop ceiling and a ceiling inlay. And then also if you wanted to create a vaulted ceiling, I wanted to show you how to do that too. Now, again, you're going to get to play with this, for the rest of your career and troubleshoot and find new and interesting ways. But for right now, I just wanted to expose you to the different options that you have. So I'm going to begin by going to the level 2 ceiling plane. And again, this is a really just kind of simple, straightforward ceiling treatment. So the first thing I wanted to have you do is go ahead and just experiment with a drop ceiling. So I'm going to go to the Architecture tab and create a ceiling, and I'm going to keep it as a gypsum wall board. So it's going to be drywall. And so let's say that you had a company whose logo was a moon shape. So you could go ahead and do an arc. Now this stuff you have to keep in mind functions, here I'm going to draw it again, functions a lot like just drawing in AutoCAD. So let's say we've got my moon-shaped logo thing that matches my company's logo, and I'll do another little shape right here for it. Okay, so right now that ceiling is at 10 feet, but we can make it 8 so that it's dropping down, and maybe this is hanging over the reception desk. Okay, so you can see in our section, that ceiling we just drew is right here. All right. Now, you would continue this by connecting a wall here, because it would have a drywall connection point here, and I'll show you how to draw walls in a little bit. Or if you had to create a section of this, there might be some cables, for example. But for the purpose of an interior designer, if you just wanted something for design intent, it would still look really good on your reflected ceiling plan to have that nice shape there. You can also grab this vertical member and rotate it, let's say 45 degrees, and that is how you create the ceiling at a 45-degree angle. Let me show you now on the level 3 plan. I'm going to turn my underlay off. So this is my ceiling, and as I told you, remember, we have nothing but roof and sky above here. So let's just say that we wanted to create a vaulted ceiling. You can select it here and hit edit boundary, and it's revealing here, see this arrow, and that's the slope arrow. So if I click on that, I can say, well, the level at the tail is default, offset at tail, let's say we make that 10 feet. And the offset at head, so that's the start of it and the end of it. Let's see what happens if we do this and hit the checkbox. So you can see here the slope, it will change based on how you want the vaulting to go. So if I click on this, I can make it 20, and I can make this 10. And what these numbers are saying is, the level at the head of the arrow is at the default setting, which is at our level 3. and then it's offset 10 feet. And then the level at the tail is also at the default setting of level 3, and it's offset at 20. So there's the pitch, for lack of a better term, is 10 feet. So if I hit apply and then check the box, see, it's popped up even higher, and it's got this really dramatic slope. Okay. If you wanted to add things like beams, or if you wanted to, for example, create a vaulted ceiling that had a V, the way that you would create that would be you would have to create 2 separate ceilings with a split down the middle. And you'd have to redraw these lines so that there was one ceiling here and one ceiling here. And then when you selected them, you would select this arrow going down and this arrow going down this way on the slopes, and then they would meet at the top. So this is all sort of outside of the scope of this class, but there's a lot of fun that can be had by designing custom ceilings. And certainly if you wanted to create these and then add beams to them, you can create beams. You'll know how to create beams once we do our custom modeling. So for right now, have fun, play with those if you'd like. If not, we'll just resume with creating walls here in the next video.